Oh, I fucked up. Yo, what up? What up? It's okay. We're good. We're good now. We're good now. Yo, Cause and Ruckus, different, same group, different day.
Sunday, babe.
Sunday. Starting your week off with a bang. Matty, Lukasz.
You're right, because then why is it part of the weekend?
Oh, no, that's
yeah.
No, that's good. That's
Isaac
actually,
Newton, you fucking idiot.
that's you imbecile. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's sweet. That's actually funny. That's a good point. Sunday. Actually, chat. Let us know. Sunday is at the end of the week or the beginning of the week. I like Lee's point about it's part of the weekend, so that's fair. Typically calendars do start on Sundays. Yeah, my work week calendars start on Sunday.
Yeah. Like you're betting that calendars don't start on a Sunday? oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a crazy bet to make, man. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so just Googled it. In the U.S., Canada, Brazil, Japan, and other countries consider Sunday as the first day of the week, while the week begins with Saturday in much of the Middle East. Very interesting.
Yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up. They fucked up. So what? Thursday is their Saturday? What is that?
No, they just start their week off, like literally off, because they're off. You know, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Debatable. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, well, do people really care? Well,
in episode 1, we already discussed that. No one cares what Lukasz has to say. Like, why did you ask?
Oh, I'm muted apparently. Hold on here.
Oh, and
I know. Fuck, that is brutal. Yo, sorry everyone. My bad. Good call. Good call. Oversnatch shout out. Appreciate that. Minimac also appreciate you guys calling that out. I fucked up. Minimac called me Marty. So
that is a better name.
Classic. Oversnatch said Matt is up dog.
What's what? Guess?
What
is that word you just said?
Okay, I wanted to quickly touch on this in the shoot the shit. So I saw a debate about this. So let's say it's Wednesday, my dude. I'm just saying hypothetically, it's Wednesday. Could this Saturday and next Saturday both refer to the same Saturday?
No.
Why not?
So here's the way. Go on.
But realistically, the next Saturday could also be this Saturday.
The way I look at it and the way I use the phrasing is if I say, let's say it's Wednesday. If I say, hey, let's hang out on Saturday. Well, I'm not talking about the past Saturday, so it's obviously the one to come. If I say next Saturday, it's obviously not the one to come.
Okay, but you didn't say this Saturday. You just said let's hang out on Saturday. I'm gonna assume you're referring to the first one.
The first Saturday to come. Yeah, that's
so this. So you'd say like you want to hang out this Saturday.
No, I'd say like, do you want to hang out on Saturday? And you'd be like, oh, obviously it's this Saturday. Like, because
how do I know that? How do I know that?
Is if you don't. It's true. That's big facts. That's big facts.
But because realistically, if I say next Saturday, I could be referring to.
I see how
from an interpretational, but I'm the same way. I'm the same way as you. Where next Saturday to me is not the Saturday that's in the same week. It's obviously hence the next Saturday.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though, because like you're. Go sorry, Lucas. No, I was just gonna say like I understand though when you say next Saturday, it's like the next Saturday to come, which would be this Saturday. That's the next Saturday to come.
Whoa, the same day.
I get it, but it's stupid. So
yeah.
Wait, what?
No, but I'm talking about only the future.
Past, yeah. Who cares about the past?
No, but then it wouldn't be this Saturday. This Saturday would be the next Saturday. Like if I said on Sunday, this Saturday, I didn't mean the day before. Oh, I see what you're like. They could be like, yo, you should have seen what happened this Saturday.
Oh, shit.
Whoa,
That's trippy. That's okay. That's an interesting
deep.
point.
Whoa, that's interesting. Yo, chat, what are your thoughts? Oversnatch said he would just state, I'd be like, what are you doing on May 22nd?
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't even know what the date is. I'd be like, what day is that? I don't know. I don't like that. Don't give me numbers.
Yeah.
Lucas,
How do I know what year?
your
how do you know
audio
what
on
year?
YouTube is trash, Lucas, by the way. Apparently, are you muted?
How would you? So what year would you be referring to though, Oversnatch? Would you could be referring to next year, May 22nd. So how the fuck am I supposed to know?
It's true.
If you're only giving me the date, I need the year too, bud.
Yeah.
And then another one we want to quickly touch into the saying. Has anyone heard this?
I'm sorry. Touch into.
I'm touching into it. Yeah, I'm touching it into
Okay.
it. You never
That's
touched
weird.
into it?
Don't do that, but go on.
The saying. Has anyone heard the saying? You're seeing how the sausage is made.
That's a saying.
I've never heard that saying,
That's a
and it
saying.
sounds very sexual.
That's a thing.
It's definitely sexual, right? Like what does that refer to? Like when like your
No.
girl catches you, you're
That's
like,
what you-
you're
that's
watching
what
the
you-
sausages being made.
That's a saying. You're seeing how the sausage is made. That means like you're seeing behind the scenes, behind the
That
curtain.
sounds like something a guy would say in a porno when the girl's making him hard. He's like, "Oh, you're seeing how the sausage is made."
Yeah, if you get caught jerking off.
But maybe that's what they were referring to. That's exactly what they're referring to. That's a saying. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I've never fucking heard that in my life.
Just kind of weird
until
that
you just said it.
Yeah, kind
That's
of
if
weird.
you don't talk to people.
That's true.
No.
That's also true.
I also just don't say that kind of stuff to my family because it could be misinterpreted. Where Lee just blatantly says it to everyone in his family. Lee,
While my pants are down too.
Lee, you ordering shoes? Well, yeah. Now you're seeing how the sausages are made.
They're like, I hate that he says it all the time.
That's a saying.
Shit.
That's a real saying.
What time is it? Oh, sorry, I'm getting used to like how long do we normally? I don't even remember now. I feel like this whole Sunday thing's changing up. How long do we usually shoot the shit for? It's like 8:15 or
10:15, yeah.
All right. Did anyone else got anything they want to shoot the shit about before we?
Yeah, I just want to bring up real quick to all of our viewers. My wife to be just dropped her second single. Boom, Fall by Emma with an exclamation mark. Check it out.
Yeah, it's a banger.
I believe we have the
Banger.
link down below, do we?
Yes, we do. We do on YouTube.
Yeah, link down below. Check out the song. Honestly, what might be on par, if not better than the song, I don't know, is the cover art, which was done by me. So, I mean...
So now you're seeing how the sausages are made, baby.
You see those
Yeah,
sausages?
exactly.
That's
Now
right.
you're
That's
seeing how the
right.
sausage is made.
That's right. No, but legit, check out the song. Good song.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, spring
Hopefully
was
it'll be on top 40.
Spring was taken, so she chose fall instead.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, she couldn't even call it autumn. She was going to go for autumn, but
She could have called it Autumn Falls,
yeah,
but that was also taken.
yeah. No, legit. Check the song out. Pretty good.
That's very good. Very good.
There was something else I was going to say, but I forget. So
It's fair.
All right. Well, before we get into the topic, guys, of we're talking about language and all that fun stuff about controversial terminology. I got joke of the week, and guess what? This week it's your boy Matty. What's your look on your faces for?
I spilled
Lee may
shit
have
all
spelled
over
something.
myself.
Yeah.
Lee's
Go on.
also lit already, just for all of you tuning in.
No, Sundays are going to be dangerous for me because I like drink during the day with my family. So
Perfect.
we're fucked. Go on.
Is that after church or at church?
During.
He goes up for 5
got-
doses of that beautiful blood of Christ. Amen.
That's it.
If you wear a disguise every time you go up.
Just put on the fucking nose and mustache glasses.
No, you have to wear a mask so they never tell.
Go on.
All right. Joke of the week. You guys ready for this one?
No.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I've been on a roll lately, so.
Yes, you have.
So, what has 5 toes and is not your foot?
Your
Is it
foot?
your foot?
No, I said 5 toes and not your foot.
What?
My foot.
That's what I said. Your foot.
No, you said your foot. It's not my foot. That's your foot.
Couldn't it be my other foot? Oh, I guess it's still my foot. I guess it's still my foot though. It's still my foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that joke is pretty predictable.
I still like it.
You know, there's a similar joke to that where it's like, you know why Beethoven didn't play with this finger? Because it's my finger.
That's brutal, dude.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
That was brutal.
That was so much better. I like that one so much better.
That was brutal, dude.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Matty right now is taking something. He's like, "Fuck, that was good."
That's my joke.
That was really good. But no, Matt, I still like yours.
I was. What were you gonna say, Lee? Lucas, sorry.
Yeah, Lee.
What? Who are you talking to?
You.
Me? I said it was a good joke.
Yeah, Matty, grow up.
Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? We got Flubbergen said 2 or 3 shots. That's a rough go. Yeah.
No. Don't listen to Jenny Beanboo. She's full of shit.
No, Jenny Bean Boo. Look at their leash. It's true.
I'm not
Mac also boo over snatch that Matt has a drink. All right, sounds good.
Those are the rules.
I'm gonna chug quite a bit of this. I don't have shooting liquor, by the way. It's at our cottage, so.
Yo, there should be a penalty for that, chat?
I know. I was
a fucking penalty for that.
I was gonna try to stop on the way home.
Snort
But,
3 lines.
was
3
a
lines.
little late. The LCBO here in G-Town closes at 6 on Sundays.
Yo, fucking move.
Actually, I think it closes 6 everywhere on Sundays.
Typically.
Fucking move.
Yeah.
Go to the
You go to the States where you can just go buy it at a convenience store.
Corner store, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in Europe, you can just buy it off of anyone. So. What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking Coors Original. Also, all we had in the fridge, I didn't get to stop anywhere, anything. So we got some of these in the fridge that I'm crushing, so.
All right. Lee?
Yeah.
I think maybe another episode or 2 of the Los Araño tequila is what I'm drinking.
It's intense.
It's delicious.
What about you, Lucas?
Really
Lucas, you
good.
said your drink was very exciting this week, so.
It's
Yeah.
not. Oh. Yo, first off, Social Lights came out with a new flavor. Mango lemonade.
And how is it?
It's well.
Oh, you haven't tried it at all? Okay.
No. I got to finish my first drink. Yo, my first drink, I've made a mistake here. So,
Ooh.
I want to try my new pre-workout, but it was also pretty late, and I had to make alcohol. So, I had some sparkling vodka, and I mixed it with my cherry pre-workout. It tastes like cough medicine. And that was pretty
I would
good.
say cough medicine.
Cough medicine.
Are you working out after the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Wait,
course.
why did you take pre-workout? He wants to get amped for the pod.
I want to try it. I want to try the flavor, so I put like a little bit in here. And
I couldn't tell if Lee had frozen or if he...
No, I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked.
how are you surprised? This is what I do.
You just take
Why you're mixing
pre-workout.
pre-workout with your fucking alcohol?
Yeah, but this
and
is
not
what I do.
working out.
This is what I do.
Like, if you
Yeah, but this is what I
if
do
you
at
were
work.
working...
When I do it at work, it's fine. But you
No,
can't-
I didn't know you do that at work.
obviously.
Stop.
No,
What,
I'm
the
just kidding.
pre-workout
I'm
or
just
the
kidding.
alcohol part?
Yeah, the alcohol.
It's the pre-workout. That's the problem. He's like, drink as much as you want, but
Yeah. It's a hard one.
The good old days. Just before we jump into the topic, we'll address one more. Have you guys seen Invincible? I don't know.
What is that?
Oversnatch it's not usually into that stuff, but season 1 was dope. I assume it's a TV show. Never heard of it.
No.
But kind of open to new TV shows. I don't watch a whole lot of TV personally, but
Me
or
neither.
Netflix. I assume that's what people say when they watch TV. They're referring to putting Netflix on TV or Disney Plus or.
well, I have
one of
Amazon
those
Prime,
others.
so like you
Oh
guys
yeah,
Netflix,
Amazon Prime Video.
You guys
Yeah.
Netflix and chill. I Prime and Pound.
Is that it? Is that what it's called?
I guess so.
Are you coining that term?
Yeah, I'll
Should be
take
like-
it.
No, you
Prime
better.
and grind.
No, you-
Prime and grind would be good.
No, it's
No, I think Prime and Pound's better.
Prime and Pound's
No.
so aggressive. It's so aggressive.
No, that's lame.
You can watch the sausage be made. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good documentary.
Do you think they did a how it's made episode on sausages?
I had to have done one. It's just some guy jerking it.
Now you get to watch the sausage be made. All right, let's get into the topic. So we're gonna kind of carry over. We might touch upon some points we touched upon last week. We went really late last week. We were like probably 20 minutes over our normal time. We were just having a really good conversation. So we were talking about, we ended last week with the N-word and how it's used in today's society very openly, in the community that it's accepted in. And we thought that was interesting in the sense that I can't think of many other words that are used in a way where if people of the community use it, there's never really issues. But as soon as someone that's not part of the community that, is targeted by that word, it's obviously a very racial problem. So we were talking about that piece of it. We talked about the scenario with Kendrick Lamar bringing the white girl on stage to rap his lyrics, and she's obviously saying all the lyrics, and that was obviously a big problem. So, what are the points did you guys have that you wanted to talk about or touch on with that?
One of the things I want to mention real quick about the N-word is, so for all of the quote unquote offensive words, correct me if I'm wrong, none that I can think of. Everything originates from a word that was not offensive to begin with. For example, bitch was a female dog. Fag was a cigarette. They evolved from words that were not offensive, and we turned them into offensive words. Whereas the N-word, if I'm not mistaken, was pretty well offensive to begin with. Now,
yes, that's a good point.
The only reason I'm not certain about it is I'm pretty sure it was just kind of a language barrier between the Spanish word negro, which is Spanish for black.
Black. Yep.
So they didn't mean it in an offensive way. They're just saying the word black in Spanish, and then broken telephone, the English people trying to say words that from a language they don't speak and they mispronounce it. There's a whole bunch of other languages that are along the lines of negro, and you can see how broken telephone leads you to the N-word. So I don't know. This is something that I wanted to do more homework on, but I didn't. But I'm pretty sure, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it started with them just saying whatever language word for black, and it ended up being the N-word with no bad intentions behind it other than just an observation perspective. Am I making sense there?
Yeah, I also don't know the history of that extent, in terms of like if it was used to the point that you're making just a descriptive word, or was it from the get-go used in a negative connotation?
Exactly. Now let's say it wasn't. Let's say it wasn't a negative connotation. It was just observation. Let's just roll with that hypothetically. Since it was from the beginning tied to such a gross stain on history being slavery, I understand how that word could, from its origin, be it was a bad word from the beginning. I get it. Yep. I do get it. So that's the interesting part, and that's probably the one word that I would agree with. Okay, maybe this word is offensive, but on the other side of that coin, I don't believe one group should be able to say it and the other shouldn't. Like I'm with you on it being offensive, but once
it's used so casually especially in hip hop and rap culture, it's used so casually amongst the community, where, like you had said before, it's used to like represent like a brotherhood of sorts. But as soon as people who can't identify with that brotherhood use it, again, it's now deemed as offensive. And it's interesting because it's other words that are like that in the sense that, depending on who's using it, is it, offensive or not? It's hard for me to think of some like right off the top of my head.
I think it's if you were to use anyone's, I guess, native tongue and use their swear words, and you are not of the native tongue, it kind of shows like a disrespect in their culture. Like if you were to,
interesting.
If you're trying, if you're like, let's say I went to Mexico and I called someone a puta, like they would take it as like I'm mocking.
So do you think they'd get upset because you don't speak Spanish and you're saying a Spanish word, or you think they'd take offense because they don't want to be called a puta?
I think both, but I think it would add more levels to it, knowing that that's not my
you're trying to insult them in their native tongue.
Yeah, it's like more.
That's a good point.
It's more disrespectful that way.
So you think the N-word is only really offensive when someone who doesn't speak English says it?
No, I think
because the N-word isn't black tongue or language, like so.
No, I'm saying that
I don't see the point.
There's like, if we're looking at other words where there's like categories in the reason, like where certain people can say it and it won't be as offensive. Yes, but I think the N-word's one of those things where it kind of breaks all those barriers. Where I don't know any other word that would kind of be in the same category as that.
Yeah, well, I think any racial slur can kind of be grouped together. I think the N-word's probably one that's very special because it's most recently tied to horrible historic events. I'm not saying it's the most recently one used, but the most recently tied to historical events. But I think all racial slurs, I think we can all agree that they're all offensive, but you don't see any other race. And maybe I'm wrong, but you don't see anyone else using it within their own community. They're all just like, this is a bad word, period. Like, I'm not even going to say it. So the N-word is special in the sense that a certain group says, no, I'm going to use it, you can't. Whereas everyone else is like, no one uses it.
I feel like the one for white people, like, talking about the type of food, cracker, I think it's a joke.
White people don't.
It's a joke. Like, it's not even like a real, like, I don't think anyone would ever find it offense to being called that. Like, I personally wouldn't. You call me that, I'm like, all right, like, cool.
Yeah, and to your point, it's like, it's not like that word is used in white communities to like.
Yeah, it's not a solidarity thing, at all.
You to like refer to each other.
I do think some white people would get offended by calling them a cracker because, I mean, within the past year and a half or so, you've seen, like, with the whole BLM movement stuff, you see these white people who carry this guilt to another level where they're willing to go literally bow to the feet of black people whom they've never wronged in their life and beg for forgiveness because of this whole movement. So I feel like if you went to them and prayed upon that and called them, hey, you're a cracker, they'd be like, no, God, no, I didn't do anything bad to black people, I swear. So, like, I feel like some of those, like, real sensitive, woke white people
God,
might get offended by it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No, that's a fair point.
I agree. It's funny that I agree, but it's just, like, hearing it, almost, like, to me, it's like, I can't believe it's reality.
It's right? That's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like, people who had nothing to do with slavery whatsoever somehow carry the guilt just because of their skin color.
I mean,
that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, if you did something racist and you take accountability for it, that's very different. But for you to just try to take accountability for something that had nothing to do with you, like, okay, like, chill. That's
that's an interesting approach for sure.
So, speaking of, N-word here, ethnicity, ethnic words. I happen to run into a little page here of ethnic words white people should refrain from using. Now, I don't know if it's because of mispronunciation or because...
See, why specifically white people?
Yeah.
Why is it just...
Like, Asian people can say it?
Oh, so apparently... So, okay, I don't know if you guys know, there's, like, this famous jeweler for, like, popular rappers and stuff. He was dropping the N-words when he dropped off jewelry to Lil Pump. And everyone's like, is he cool to say it? Because, he's, like, affiliated with all these rappers and stuff, and everyone's like, yeah, man, he gets the pass and stuff like that. It's like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, that's crazy. That whole concept is crazy. That okay, we can make exceptions. It's like, it's a racial term. Like, why are there exceptions to it?
Yeah, it should be very, sorry to say, like, this is it should be very black and white. It should be very black and white here. Like, there should be no, like, gray area for all this nonsense. It should be either it's accepted or it's unaccepted. So, anyways.
Sorry, before you go on, where's this list from? Where'd you get this list from?
So I happened to Google a list because I was curious. I'm like, words that white people should refrain from using. And I found an article basically stemming from, like, this is a BLM thing, basically being white people need to abolish this. Specifically, I was looking at Canada. I was going to say Canada. Canada. It's a lot to do with Toronto slang. A lot of all races have taken these words and started using them in common speech. I personally do not use these words. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of them, but I'm excited to kind of get into it. None of these are offensive enough where if I say it, you guys would be like, I mean, unless I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, but...
So what article? What source?
I can pull up the source later.
Blog TO.
Are we running through these, and what's our goal here? So run through and give us the description of what the word actually means. So I'm assuming a lot of people won't know what it is.
Yeah. So I actually have the definition of the word.
Great.
Each of the words. So I can do that. So
perfect.
I'll first say the word. You guys tell me if you guys know what they mean, and then I'll kind of go through the definition and see if we're right. How about
and then we'll determine if we think it's offensive or not.
Sure.
Okay, good.
So, I'm going to pronounce this very wrong. Bladklat. It's funny saying it because I know I'm saying it wrong, but I'm saying it how it's spelled. It's spelled BLAAD CLAAT. What do you guys think it is? Like, do you guys...
Blood clot.
Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, what's the
Blood
definition? 'Cause I've obviously heard it. Sorry, I say obviously like it's obvious that I've heard that. I've heard that term, but never really known what the origin or background piece to it is. Like, does it have anything to do at all with in fact blood clots?
I believe the origin of the word was legit, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the origin of it was legit blood cloth, not blood clot, but blood cloth for poor people who, with their females with their periods, who couldn't use tampons or pad stuff, they use a cloth, and they were referring to that as the blood cloth.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
So I don't have the origin, I have the definition. So
what is it?
Only known by ethnic minorities and polarizing. Some things insulting, but others not really sure. That's literally what the definition is.
So how can that word be offensive? Like, people don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I think this is a racial solidarity thing again, where as a white person here who's butchering the language.
Yeah. So I just Googled it. Urban Dictionary has it listed as clat means cloth, originates from when times when clothes were used by women in terms of menstruation. Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Jamaican patois origin is what Urban Dictionary lists this as. But.
So, like, how did it become an offensive word? Like, I'm assuming that's one way.
It's like basically calling someone a tampon or a poor tampon.
Fuck, that is a good insult.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. Poor tampon, I guess, is what that would.
I guess it's equivalent
translate to.
Is that equivalent to what we would call now, and this will be a whole nother section, douchebag?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I guess so. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, nice connecting the dots there.
Yeah.
Man, my mind's the vodka shots are working. Okay, so
this guy's woke, dude. Woke.
Shut up. I'm literally awake. The next word I have is boombo. Bumbo?
Huh?
Bumbo? Boombo? Bumbo?
Can you spell it? Can you please? Is that spelling bee? B-U-M-B-U. Only known by one group, young African Caribbean men, who described it as a playground word. What is it? I'm going to search all these on Urban Dictionary.
What is it?
Bumbu. What is it?
B-U-M-B-U. Bumbo?
It doesn't even show up on Urban Dictionary, bro.
I've never heard that word in my life.
Wow.
How's it have to be offensive?
I guess, but
anyone in chat ever heard that term? I've never heard that term.
So I know in the Polish language, if you want to be mildly offensive to another race, you call them, I don't want to say it, it's pretty racist, but I guess you guys wouldn't understand. I guess I don't know if that's better or not. But you say mouj blank bombo, which is basically you're just saying someone's a piece of trash, essentially. Like you affiliate their skin color, trash.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's very unique. I've never heard that one though.
No.
So anyone in chat who's heard that, if you could enlighten us, I'd love to expand. Obviously, our knowledge on that.
Sorry, real quick. It's Bumbo.
Bumbu. B-U-M-B-U.
Bumbu. Okay. Gotcha.
Bumbu. Next one, we talked about this before. Chi-Chi Man.
Yeah, obviously I know what that one is.
So what is it? Because I don't know.
Matt, do you know?
Yes, and I think this actually is good because it will tie into I think a topic that we could touch on later on, but we'll come back to that. Literally, it's referring to typically someone as homosexual.
Yeah, it's synonyms with Batiman, Bati Boy, Chichiman, Antiman.
Oh, let me erase those then.
He's got all those on the list.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so this is part of a group of words where you can insult people because of their sexual orientation and seen as quite offensive by the African Caribbean parent group and potentially, if used aggressively, by the younger African Caribbean males. Hardly anyone else knows what the word is meant. Which is obviously not true because 2 out of 3 people here know.
I listen to reggae. I listen to like 90s reggae.
Yeah, but 9 out of 10 dentists don't even support Colgate, and
that's a good point.
Everyone knows about Colgate.
Yeah, everyone fucking knows. So people who low testosterone. This one, I don't actually know why this is here. Ho, H-O though, not H-O-E. Ho? Calling someone a huh?
So someone, what's the separation of when someone's a hoe versus someone that's a whore is paid for sex, right? Like for a prostitute. What's a hoe then? Just someone who enjoys sex?
Someone who does it for free.
Weird. That's weird though that you're gonna criticize someone for enjoying sex.
Okay, I think you're being too vague with it. I think enjoying sex is one thing, but being reckless and promiscuous and unfaithful, things like that start to line up in the
But why do
category
all of those
of
tie
hoe.
into a hoe? Like, why can't a hoe like what's the actual definition of that term? Do we know?
I'm someone look it up. I imagine it's somewhere along the line of being promiscuous.
So
and
okay, so
several
sorry, if we're saying sorry, a whore is someone who's paid for money. A hoe is not.
Yeah.
Could you not then refer to a hoe as basically a non-profit organization?
As long as it's organized.
Bro, you should fucking save that for a later comedy of the week. That's fucking banger, man. Yeah, 100%.
So
I think you're right.
some context here is actually this terminology of hoe is not really referring to what we know as hoe. It's more like an insult, like calling someone a bitch.
Oh, we talked about that too, about how bitch could be used in a. It's all about context, realistically. I think all of these, literally every term is about context.
Everything. Yeah.
Okay. Next. I got two more.
Okay.
Hoochie.
Yeah, I know hoochie. I think I would know what hoochie is.
Hoochie mama. Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. I'm thinking of coochie. My apologies.
Hoochies are like I guess it would be synonymous with what
Like hoe?
HOE, hoe, slut. Like you're hoochie. Like
So-
you give it up easy kind of thing.
Oh, so ironically, yeah. Mild, not really offensive, or playground word for those who know, younger and ethnic minority groups mainly.
What about so would you say
Are
that's
those definitions, bro? I don't think those are definitions.
No, sorry.
That's-
This is a description, I guess, more so than actual like definition. My bad.
so? Could you say that would be synonymous with like ratchet?
Uh,
I feel like ratchet would be more like
Ratchet's got a little
that's
more
interesting.
leeway though. I
Like
think.
less sexual? Because like is there sexuality around the term when people say
Hoochie.
hoochie?
Yes, yeah. So ratchet would be less sexual. Yeah, I agree.
Interesting. Okay.
Unless we're talking about Ratchet and Clank. Okay, next one.
Or like a tool ratchet.
He's ratchet.
Punani.
How could you not know that word?
Front butt. We all know
Yeah.
it.
But okay.
Do you want me to read the description of this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many are not sure what this word means. African Caribbean
What?
groups and British Asians do know what it means and is it offensive. Somewhat less offensive than cunt, used in Ali G, became less offensive because he used it.
Yeah. I'm surprised that not many know
British.
this.
Wait.
I
Why
think
did?
British Asian? I don't know
British
where they came
Asians?
from. I don't even know
That's-
where they came from
I
in
don't-
general.
Very.
I don't think they mean like East Asian. I think they mean South Asians, like
Oh.
India. Things
Oh,
like
okay. Fair. Yeah. See, that was racial of me to assume, like Asian.
It was racial of
yeah.
you to assume?
Yeah.
Not
it was.
racist.
And when you said, no, very very racial of me.
Very racial.
Oh, okay. Let's on that note, let's talk about this one. We were talking about this last week. The term Oriental. We were talking about that and how Lee. What did you say again? The origin of that term was
I'm not 100% sure, but what I assumed the origin was
the trade. as in
referred
the
to
trade,
that
right?
that area of the world as the Orient as far as the trade market goes. Where it got that term, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that was what it was called, the Orient. I'm assuming you're looking that up to confirm or deny. And
That's correct.
Oh, is it?
Sorry, no. I mean that's correct. I'm looking it up.
You're very
I'm so
wrong.
excited.
Oriental is sometimes still used to refer to people from East and Southeast Asia, so China, Japan, Korea, Indonesia, Malaysia,
Right.
Philippines,
Yep.
Myanmar, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam.
Did we get the
But
origins?
why? No, I'm still looking at it. I'm just trying to see.
Well, in the meantime, let me tell you how this tastes.
Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a big slurp. You didn't even taste it. Give us a big taste, man. Come on now. What the hell was that? Yeah. And what's the flavor again? Mango what?
Mango lemonade.
Okay. Ooh, that sounds good.
I'll just touch upon this maybe in like
It's
an
not bad.
Instagram clip or something. It's too much to read right now, but
Sure.
there's an article in LA Times where they said the term Oriental is outdated, but is it racist? So I'd like to kind of read this on my own time. And and see what their thoughts are.
Now, again, this is me speaking from a point of not having done my homework.
Subjective. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sure. Subjective, I think, might be fair to say. The word Oriental refers to a very specific part of Asia. Like, so to say Asian instead of Oriental, I don't think it's fair because half of Russia is still Asian. And there are plenty of parts in Asia that are not considered part of the Orient. So what I'm tying my point to is, for anyone who's been to M&M Meats, there's the Oriental Party Pack, which I freaking love. Now,
I think they changed it, no?
Well, that's the thing, is they changed it to, I think, something like Asian Party Pack. Or something like that. What I'm saying is, if the food from each of those or each of those items were from the region of the Orient, sure, the word might be dated, but is it not fair to still call it that? Because when you say Asian Party Pack,
now it's very general. It could be like Russian food.
What? No, these wontons didn't come from Russia. Like, no. Fuck
yeah. Sorry. It is actually has been updated on M&M eShops to Asian Party Pack. That's correct.
That's lame. I like the Oriental.
But it did used to be. You're right. It did years ago. It used to be the Oriental Party Pack.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, if you're referring to just the definition of if the definition that you're talking about is correct, where it was the Orient of the trade market and stuff for Asia, then if it's referring to a specific area and the foods are from that area, I don't necessarily think that would be a racist thing,
right? Yeah, it's accurate if anything.
I think it's worse that you're generalizing it more than it is.
Exactly.
By saying Asian in general.
Yeah. Now, that just made me think of something. If it's true, is it racist?
I don't know. Like, if you're just saying subjectively, this is it's Oriental because of the definition.
I guess so, because it's like saying like if it's true, is it offensive if I called someone in a workplace a fucking asshole? I mean, it's true, but still
no, offensive. But that has an offensive tone to it. But if I say something like all black people have more melanin in their skin, well, that's true.
That's fact. Yeah.
That's a fact. Oh, okay. Let's pick something maybe a little more controversial. If I say,
here we go, guys, buckle up.
Well, let's say I say Filipino people love rice. Am I fucking wrong? Am I wrong?
I like rice. I would eat rice with like every meal, to be honest.
But I mean, that's the other thing too. Okay? Let's assume I'm not wrong.
Wait. Who dislikes rice? Is there anyone who?
Who the fuck doesn't like rice?
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
But okay, now
your ultimate point is if it's factual, is it still racist?
Right.
That's a great point.
I'd say depending
because again, like it's very especially if there's statistics, you can relate to it. Like statistics are statistics. Right?
Yeah.
How can you debate statistics?
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're conducted in a way that is, that there's a racial aspect to it, maybe then you could argue that it's racial. But that's a great point. I would. That's tough.
My follow-up point too would be is if it's not something that someone would be offended by, is it still? I guess it's still racist, but no one cares. For example, if I said again, Filipino people love rice. If that's deemed racist, but like who cares? Like what's the downside?
Impact?
Like who cares? Oh, you love rice, you fucking loser! Like no one's gonna say that. I'm like, oh,
you hoochie.
Yeah, great. That changed. You rice hoochie. You're a slut for rice. Like, what's the harm? So I guess maybe it's if something's racist, but it's not harmful. It's still racist. It's just no one cares.
But what if it's harmless to us, but one Filipino out there finds that super offensive?
Why? But my question is, why would he think that's offensive?
I mean, that's like half the things, though.
That's true.
Being like, oh, you're Polish, you love vodka and pierogies. Like, I don't find that.
So yes, I think that's the piece. The piece is the fact racial. I think the problem or the controversy is there racial motivation behind why the facts are presented.
Racial motivation.
Ooh.
Or motivation that's against that's racist in intent,
right?
To present the facts.
Your intent for it.
Because again, facts are not necessarily racist. It's just could they be interpreted in that way because of how they're presented or what's presented.
I feel like that's everything. Everything's intent and context at the same time.
Exactly. Like if I'm just stating facts because I'm just spitting numbers out, but you may interpret that as me being racist. Am I racist, or is it just because of how you're interpreting what I'm trying to present?
Yes, you're racist. Everyone else is fine.
So you bring up a great point there. If you say something controversial that's not outright racist, and someone calls you racist, are they racist for calling you
for
racist?
Assuming that I'm racist.
Yeah, exactly. I would say yes, because I'm assuming your intentions based off of your skin color, and I guess your ideas, and I guess the message that you're portraying. But I would think it's racist to call someone who hasn't done something outright racist a racist. That was a tongue twister.
You kind of it's also a brain twister.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say
Right?
that if someone automatically assumes that people presenting factual things about races is racist, then in fact that person may be the racist one in that engagement. Yeah, that
is my point.
Yeah, because and to your point, if the person has a history of racial or showing racist I always lose the words that I'm trying to use. Tendencies, sorry. So if the person presenting the facts has racist tendencies, then yes, fairly, I think you could assume that. Are you saying this because, you have ill intent towards the race that you're talking about? That's fair. I think that's fair. But let's say, let's say I present a point about a race, something factual, and then you automatically are going, well, that's racist of you to think that. But it's like, well, I'm not saying it with ill intent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stating what the facts are, and like the fact that you're interpreting it from a racial perspective is not my problem. That's your problem. Is how I would typically go about that.
I feel like the person, basically just reiterating what you're saying, but the person who immediately draws the racist card is racist, because any situation can occur, and there could be 1,000 reasons as to why it happened, and the person who then puts it on the skin color of the people involved is the racist. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like if I came in, let's say I went and punched Matt in the face. It could be 10,000 reasons I'm punching him in the face. Maybe I don't like his mustache. Maybe I don't like his glasses.
His shirt.
Maybe I don't,
his shirt.
Maybe I don't like his shirt. Maybe I don't like the way he talks. Maybe I don't like because he's Asian. It could be so many things, and racism could be one of those things. But the first person who said, "Oh, it's because he's racist," is racist because the only thing they saw in that interaction was both of our skin color.
And was that there's racial variance of some kind.
Exactly. They didn't look at it as two human beings. Someone was angry. Someone punched the other person. Something happened, but they made it a race issue. They're racist.
Yeah, I think that's.
And the other thing is, I think that happens very commonly in today's world, especially with the reach and extent of social media. It's interesting that the world, I feel like, I don't want to say the world, like I feel like social media as a whole, looking at it, from a percentage basis, I feel like a lot of scenarios are automatically interpreted as racist when there's racial differences before facts truly come out about the scenario. I agree with your take on that. That if you're immediately thinking that there's racial intent behind it before facts come out, again, I think it might just be the world we live in today. Though, is that I had a good conversation with actually one of our developers that work with us. Was the how quickly misinformation spreads is almost synonymous with how much of a problem misinformation could have been, like when stuff was like flown by mail in like the 18, like the, let's say, sorry, 18, I was gonna say 1800, but like medieval times, because you wouldn't know someone tampered with the mail, let's say, right?
Sure.
But now we still run into that same problem because misinformation can be spread so quickly that people are willing to just share what it is that they see to, because they want to be part of the cause. I have nothing against that, but it's like, how do you know the truth behind everything so quickly after it happens, before the story is even out?
100%.
And it's a major problem because the world gets divided very quickly on events that are, especially when race is involved, before facts come out. And I think it's a huge problem because it divides really like nations, because they want to stand behind something, but then facts come out. This actually wasn't what happened. Like that whole thing with Jesse. I'm gonna say his name wrong.
Smollett?
Yeah, I only know Dave Chappelle referred to him as That's how Dave Chappelle referred to him, Jesse Smollett. He said like weird like that. The guy from Empire,
but whatever. That guy, yeah.
Yeah, like that whole thing where everyone was standing behind him, and then it came out that it was all like staged.
Staged, yeah.
Or you know, yeah. And it's like, again, because just everyone has to have an opinion right away, and that's where I'm not afraid to like not talk about things if I'm not necessarily fully informed. There might be even times in the show where I just won't say, or I'll just not make a lot of comments because it's like I don't necessarily know a lot about that topic, and so I don't want to express my opinions without being informed on it. But I'm also open to like if I'm wrong about something, yeah, sure, I'm gonna admit that I'm wrong, but I know not everyone's like that.
And if you do want to, like, if you want to talk about something that's recently happened, talk about the things that you can talk. Like, don't fill in blanks. Talk about the things that have been reported, have been confirmed. For example, that same situation. Oh, he was attacked. Talk about the very specific things. Don't start filling in motives. Don't start thinking in things that we don't know. Like, if you want to comment on the actual footage you have in front of you. Maybe you say, "Hey, the guy who attacked him, his form was bad. His left hook fucking sucked." That's not going to change because maybe his left hook fucking sucked. But the motive behind everything stuff that hasn't been confirmed. So yeah, like don't speak to it.
Yeah, I think a good recent example of this is everything that's going on in the Middle East. Like I don't know anything about that, sure. And I've asked some people, if they could enlighten me on what's happening because, I don't want to comment on it or really talk about it because it's something I don't really know a whole lot about.
That's fair.
It's very interesting because, again, this whole thing of, it's obviously something that's very, very prominent on social media right now, but it's like, how much of this is the truth versus how much of it is, again, this whole concept of misinformation flying around. Like, I don't know because, I don't necessarily have time to look into the entire scenario to truly understand what's going on. But I know there's a lot of people that might just be like, they jump on board with the cause, not really knowing what it is that they're standing behind.
Yeah.
Or the details of what's really going on.
Yeah.
So we got a little off topic. I don't even know how we kind of traversed.
Yeah, we ran with it. Should we stop for a chat break?
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that.
One comment I want to point out is Jenny Beambu actually made I think it's a really great point here. She says, if I can communicate better with a Chinese person by speaking English in a Chinese accent, is it racist? Now, I see this all the time. Where, like, let's say you're at a Chinese restaurant or something, you're like, you order something, and you can tell they're kind of struggling with it, and they break it down into, I mean, you don't put on the Chinese accent, perhaps, sometimes you do, but, like, you break it down into, like, a foreigner learning a new language, learning English, you break it down that way, and it's not proper English, but then they understand it, and you get your message across. Is that racist? Or is that communicating with someone?
I feel like it's just like the situation. Like it can be in context come off as very racist, or it can be like honestly you're just trying to help because like there's certain things that people it's same with my parents. My parents are super fob, and like I have to sometimes switch from English to Polish because I'm like I literally said garbage can 3 times in a row, so now I'm gonna say it in Polish, and they're like garbage can. I'm like okay, what the hell.
Okay, but when you say
in Polish, do you mean like you say it with like a Polish accent?
Or you say it in Polish language?
But either or actually help, and I do find that saying it in their accent will help because there's certain things that they'll enunciate very differently than we would in the English language. Like for example, like they'll roll their R's in every single word that has an R. Sometimes me rolling my R's in something that has like garbage, they're like, oh, garbage. They'll get it now. They'll understand. But
it's interesting.
But I find that if you're going like it's one of those things, just like any other like jokes and stuff like that. Like you have to really like know your audience. Like you can't just go in and like just start doing that because some people might be like, yo, that's not cool. I find that if you're trying to like if they're sincerely trying to learn and be like help me like try to understand what you're trying to say. And you maybe pop that out, maybe it could be fine, I think. But if you're just doing it right off the bat, like kind of like you don't even give them a chance to analyze the situation, you automatically jump into it, they might be like, yo, that's fucked.
Yeah, like if you fair. Right off the bat assume that because you're talking in an accent like right away, that I think could come off as racist. Like, like you just assume because let's say, let's take the Chinese restaurant that you like start talking as if they don't understand English and they're like, yeah, like I got your order. You're just like, then you look like a fucking dickhead. Because, you know what I mean? Like again, it wouldn't be fair, I think, to assume that. But if there's obviously been prior communication about it, I think that's. I don't think that would be racist. If it's again, if the intent of if there's no racial intent, like it's not like you're mocking them,
Intent
people will always interpret it that way.
Okay.
It's realistically what is the individuals involved with the engagement, what's their intent, and some people may still interpret it as racist when really you might just be trying to do it to just make it a smoother interaction.
Can I bring up something? It's revolving this topic, and Karl Marx
Yeah.
has brought it up.
Yep.
Some accents are racist for some reason. Some aren't. If you do a mock Russian accent, no one will ever call you racist. If you speak in a mock Indian accent, you're racist. Not quite sure why. And it's true.
See, that is true. And I think so that sorry, I know you're going to say that, but I think that might relate to, let's say in our example, because, obviously our perspective on this is going to be based on what, the culture we're around. But I think it might just because the how prominent the Indian culture is in, let's say the GTA versus the Russian, in this specific example, the Russian population could be why. It's because it's so much more common that that you may interact with someone that has an Indian accent, that it's something that's mocked more. Whereas who knows, in scenarios like if you were in Russia mocking a Russian accent, like is that then viewed then as equally racial as the point that Karl made?
So I think
my thought on that.
I think it's different. I think it's because Indian accents were more mocked in a humor standpoint, more in comedy shows and stuff like that. Where typically when you mock a Russian accent, it's to be tougher. So it has a different standing behind it. Where like if you mock a Russian accent, you're like, oh shit, this guy's a tough gangster. Like you don't want to fuck with this guy. Where when you mock an Indian accent, it's usually for humor purposes. I feel like it's also just what we're used to. What it kind of stands for, like in terms of it out there in TV and everything.
See, maybe, and I think you're on something there, Lucas. But I think you may have shown some dark sides of your subconscious that maybe you didn't want to show. Because here's where I interpret it. I think the person who interprets the accent as being racist or not is basing it off of their subconscious and what they think of the accent. So if you think the Indian accent is racist, it's because you think, for example, you say, oh, look at these fucking guys who can't speak English properly. They sound stupid. And it's your own subconscious and it's your own negative thoughts that you're projecting onto the person who might be doing it. Like, for example, I love doing the Filipino accent, and I don't think anything ill of them. It's just satisfying to say. It just feels good rolling off your tongue. I have no disrespect for them at all. But
it's not like you're mocking them when you do it.
I'm not mocking them. It's just genuine fun and stuff. So for someone to think, oh, Lee's doing it because he thinks this, and this, it's their own subconscious, their own negative thoughts that they're projecting onto me. So it's kind of, again, what I say, Lucas, maybe you showed some parts that you maybe didn't want to, is by you saying, oh, it's because Indian accents are funny and Russians are tough. Maybe it's your own subconscious. And in your mind, you think Russians are tough and Indian people are stupid and funny. Kind of thing.
So actually, I think it's actually where I've seen it in media. I think that's where it's been interpreted. Like, for example, the Russian accent I've heard from a comedian, and it was him trying to talk about how he used that as self-defense, where someone trying to mug him, and he popped out a Russian accent. People didn't want to screw with him anymore. And then I hear like the Indian accent, Russell Peters. I think those are like my two examples. It's comedy acts, right? It's social from a comedic standpoint. Right. To your point, Lucas, the Indian accent I think is far more used in sketches and comedy scenes than, let's say, like in this example, a Russian accent. Like, very rarely do you ever hear people like using Russian accents in like stand-up and stuff. Karl also said the most offensive thing he's heard in the podcast or seen on the podcast is my shirt, and I don't think that's true. This is actually a sick shirt, though.
The shirt's up there, but I don't think it's as offensive as Lucas's face. So you're right.
Agreed. Hashtag get your merch. And then Karl also said I think it comes down to some accents sound cool and some don't. But again, that might then just tie into what Lucas' point was about that whole topic. So it's I fuck with that take. That's a cool take about projecting, what your opinions are on it. To be like, oh, Lee's mocking the Filipino accent. He must think it's hilarious. When it's like, no, like it's just cool. Like I like it, but that might just be then me interpreting what I think of it, and you, yeah.
So we're gonna do a shot for. We're supposed to do one for chat break, Matty.
I did one, but I'll do another. Sure. Guys, just a reminder for everyone, because I kind of forgot for a second. I'll be honest, I did forget. Tomorrow's Monday. It's a work day.
Oh yeah, it is.
So let this be motivation, guys. Start your week strong. You can do it. Because if you don't do it, some 15-year-old kid's going to do it better than you. So make sure you're ready to do it.
Oh, that's deep.
Some blood clot will outdo you.
That's deep too.
Second half of the show.
Yeah, let's
jump into the juicy? I know what you're thinking, Matt. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we briefly touched upon this with the Chichiman talk. At least maybe this is where I was going. If we're on the same page.
Yep.
But a term that's used still today, I would like to say, but it starts with an F and rhymes with bag. Was used to describe cigarettes back in the day. So say it. Calling someone a fag, that's used. And like why people use it in an offending way nowadays. Like, and obviously with the strides we as society have made towards sexual orientation and acceptance and such. Like why, like as someone that's heterosexual, I don't know why people, and this actually has happened to me relatively recently in the last couple months. Like someone had called me a fag, and I'm like, why do you think that's something that would offend me?
Sorry, can I cut you off? There's also a synonym for this. It's another word for you were gonna say the word, like, I guess, fag bag.
No, I said
you said something rhymes with bag. Oh, sorry, rhymes with bag. Well, anyway, there's another word for it. To say queer fuck. To call someone a queer fuck is essentially the same thing as.
Well, because I guess it goes along the lines of someone that queer identifies in that community, the sexual orientation community, and having sex with people that are the same gender. Sure. But again, I don't know why. And again, maybe this is just old. Again, Lee, is your point, something that was never primary or previously used in a way that was supposed to be negative. But it's now used to think that, or to use to make someone feel bad. But again, as someone in that, I'm confident in my sexuality. Like, why do people think that's gonna offend me when I'm called that? I can't grasp my head around. Kind of that.
Here's how I look at it. It is to truly offend you. I don't think personally when I use that word, and I'll be honest, I use that word. I do. I'm really not trying to offend you. I use it as it's almost like a layered sense of comedy, and I'm making fun of the people who think there's something wrong with being homosexual. Because, so for example, like I am so, anyone who knows me and you guys do, I'm so confident in my sexual orientation, in my masculinity, that I'll do some, like, I don't care. I'll wear Galaxy tights that are made for women to a part. I don't give a shit. Because like that doesn't.
I don't care what people think of me is not going to change who I am.
Yeah, like I don't care. My masculinity is not so fragile. So when I see things that are as simple as like if you shared a cup with Lukasz, I know that there are some people who are so narrow-minded. So what was that?
COVID. What are you talking about?
Once upon a time, if you guys were to share a cup, I know that there are some people who are so narrow-minded and so homophobic that they would think that that's gay. So when I say, that's so gay, I'm not actually making fun of you guys. I'm making fun of the stupid people who would actually
think that making fun of sexual orientation is actually like funny or something.
An actual exactly. Like
something that's gonna
exactly. I have no, like, if you two, or if I saw two guys literally making out in front of me, almost as gay as it could get without having intercourse, I have no problem with it, other than just the etiquette of like maybe just don't make out in front of people, like do that behind closed doors. Like that's the thing. But like I have no freaking problem with that. That's fine. Love who you want to love.
I think in a way, if you use it to truly try to offend someone, because I think that reflects. I think that's a reflection of insecurity of of that person's own sex. Like they like it's something that they could never comprehend if it was used on them, kind of thing. Like where I feel like the people who use that as a diss would be upset if you said it to them.
100%.
Yeah, like they're insecure with yeah. I that's how whenever someone does that, that's instantly what I think. I was like, what you think that's gonna like
thing?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's there's nothing bad about that.
You might as well insult my hair color. Like it's that irrelevant. It's literally that irrelevant.
Isn't it weird though that like in relation to I guess kind of segueing with what I was saying, the word queer, where that's now like it used to be offensive, where now it's actually socially acceptable and people use it all the time for their orientation. Where it used to be at the same standpoint. They used to be like level, like side by side, like the same level. Where now we've accepted one, where the other one is still,
but not the other.
Yeah, I think that's super strange.
And it might just be the true definition of when someone identifies as queer. What is that truly saying? Because again,
you know where that came from, right?
On that perspective.
So the word fag came from they used to burn gay people alive with sticks, and I guess that's where it came from. That was the orientation, right?
That's sad.
It is.
That's
it's
actually
very
really
sad. And well, I mean, if we think about anything in the Dark Ages, you get burned for just being different, which is already just so sad to think of what norm was back then. You had to be hetero, gender roles, everything, right? Like, it was just pathetic, to be honest with you. The fact that we thought that way. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny that now that those were at one point equal playing field in terms of
used as,
and we just
the other layer of humor to it that I think is like almost like when we were talking about the R word again, just for context, the R word being retard is me personally, unless I knew, like, okay, if I'm seriously trying to insult someone, I might call a homosexual the F word, FAG, if I know he's that guy who's going to get offended by it, if I really want to insult him. But the comedy behind it is when I'm joking around with it about people, is you joke and you call people something that they're not, because you know it's going to irk them. Just the same way as, like, for example, someone who, like on the opposite side of being homosexual and stuff is like being like a bro, like a super bro. No one wants to be that macho man. Maybe not no one, but like I know we don't want to be that macho.
You
man.
want to be a bro so bad, bro.
Fuck that.
You're such a bro, man. So cool.
But what I'm saying, fuck that.
All bros.
Man. I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. No, but no. My point is, like, the insult isn't exclusive to homosexuals. Like, they're the very straight meathead guys who are, you can also insult by, like, for example, if Matt was like, oh man, like I'm gonna crush like 10 brews today, like, oh, you're such a fucking bro. And the insult is, it's not that, oh,
I am actually in fact a bro.
But well, maybe. But the insult is, I know it's something you're not. Just as, like, that's the humor, is I'm gonna call you something you're not.
I'm not a bro.
So that you're not. You're
bro!
That's what the humor is, though.
Bro, how could you do me like that, bro?
See, but that's a joke. It's actually ironic. It's exactly. So ironic, yeah.
Is that a good bro impression, by the way? Oh, people just told me like that, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Matty actually talks like that. That's the thing.
Comedy dies. Comedy really dies when people get so offended by these words, because, like, you can't. Like, are you so simple-minded that you can't see the layers in this thing? Wrong. I'm not actually offending. Sorry. I'm not intending to insult homosexuals here. Is when I call someone FAG, I'm insulting the people who are against homosexuality. I'm insulting the homophobics, and I'm actually showing how narrow-minded they are. Like if you can't read those layers, comedy's dead. Comedy dies when everyone gets so sensitive. It's sad.
Yeah. That's why personally I'm a very big fan of Dave Chappelle, because he continually challenges the boundaries with what he can say.
This is why Matty lost Joke of the Week 3 times in a row.
He refuses just to push boundaries.
Wussbag.
Also though, some words, and FAGGOT, I'm just gonna say it. Forget, who cares? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Faggot.
You're not calling anyone that. Yeah.
Yeah, the word faggot. some words just sound good. I don't even care what it means. If that was the name of some endangered species of snail, I'm still gonna say it because it just sounds good.
Instead of escargot, they said esfagot.
Yeah, exactly. That's not bad. That wasn't bad. But some words just feel good, and that's one. Again, I don't even care what the context is. I don't even.
I know.
Care
I actually know
don't
a
care if I'm
few
insulting
people-
anyone. I just want to say the word. The word's a good word. Phonetically, some words are just good words.
Oh, so sorry. I want to touch on this a little bit. I just found this out. I was looking it up. So, the word again, faggot, is actually a bundle of sticks or twig that can be bound together to be used as fuel. So not even as a cigarette, but I guess if I'm gonna go pick up some firewood on my way to the cottage, I could literally say, I'm on my way to the cottage, Mom. Do you want me to pick up some faggots?
Yeah, but that's the reason why.
And
the
I'm
terminology
talking about.
And Lucas shows up.
because they'd use bundles of wood
Well,
and burn people alive.
do that. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
see, now you used it incorrectly. Now you used it offensively.
Yeah,
and
no,
now
no,
we're
no,
canceled.
Why is it?
And now
Why is
we're
it offensive?
canceled.
Now
Why is it
we're-
offensive? No.
We're
Now, do you think it's offensive because you think it's
Oh.
bad to be gay?
It's
I was
against Twitch guidelines.
Twitch guidelines. You guys canceled.
I didn't call you the word. I said Lucas showed up.
My
You
career-
can interpret it however you want.
Oh,
Whoever
my
cancels
career
us
is
for that
over.
interpretation, I want that person banned because
I
they
gotta-
drew
I
the
gotta-
connections
No.
and they were offensive. Yo,
Now I
fuck
gotta
that
remove-
guy.
I gotta remove causing a
Yeah.
ruckus from my
Fuck
Instagram
that
bio.
guy.
I'm no longer on it because we got canceled, bro. What the hell?
Yo, fuck
So
the guy
the
that
actual-
canceled us.
Origin went from in Greek it was bakelos, which meant bundle.
Mhm.
Then it went to Italian, which was fegato,
Okay.
ayo arigato, and then
Racist.
Old French. I'm gonna say it's fagot because it's one G, and then it
Okay.
came up to the bundle of sticks for fuel in Middle English. And yeah, it's actually it's interesting on Google. It actually says the word offensive North American. The number one definition of this word, offensive North American, a gay man. That's fucking crazy.
Isn't it crazy? And you know what? Sounds rude. I don't care. I think it's funny how, and I don't think what happened is funny. I think the evolution of language is what's funnier. But once upon a time, if I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go smoke a fag," means I'm gonna go and light up a cigarette. Nowadays, if I say, "Hey, I'm gonna go smoke a fag," it means I'm gonna go kill a gay person. I don't think killing gay people is funny, but I think it's incredible
It's weird how
language
again,
changed.
English, especially,
Language changed.
and I think strictly the English language,
Right.
because
Yes.
someone could also interpret what you said as blow a dude.
That's absolutely. Yep. You're not
And it's
wrong.
weird because I guess with the English language especially is that there's so many meanings to how one sentence can be interpreted. You know, there's always these like just interpretations of words. Like, I'm trying to think of another one that can be
Let's
like.
just do it this way. Like, just slang words for everything. You're trying to hide something. Let's say like
There's so many. There's so many.
You're trying to go
words.
smoke some
Yeah.
weed. You go, yo, I want to go burn some trees. Like it's like, bro,
Yeah.
I've
like,
heard that.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before.
no, you try
Like devil's lettuce.
Well, yes.
yeah, devil's
Crazy.
lettuce, the giggly
Crazy.
bush.
Yeah. Burn some trees.
That one too.
What?
Sheesh. Sheesh. SHEESH.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Sheesh.
yes.
sheesh.
Yeah, it's apparently used to express disbelief or exasperation.
Nowadays,
But I feel like that has always existed. Like, sheesh.
shish kebab.
No?
But now it's just extended and doesn't mean anything different.
Let's,
Yeah, not really.
So,
yeah.
so let's,
Anyways.
let's take a little turn here. Are
Yeah.
there any words that you guys think, with nowadays the words that we find, categorized as offensive, are there any words that you would be like, I'm surprised these words are not up there with
Nerd.
like geek?
Now,
but geek.
no,
Nerd, do
no,
you
I
put
didn't
those-
say. I didn't fucking say geek. I
I'm just
said
saying-
nerd.
I'm just saying.
So no, I don't mean geek. I mean nerd.
Sorry, man.
I could put. I would say geek is up there too. But
is
you
it-
go first with
like,
nerd. Let's go.
here's the thing.
Let's go with nerd first.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. I'm surprised it's not one based on how sensitive the world is nowadays. Now, I don't agree that it should be, because when you call someone a nerd, if
You're dissing them because they're intellectual and they like.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, why are you taking offense to that? There's really nothing wrong with that at all. You're superior. Like
I embrace
I'm
that
in
when
s-
people are like, "Yo, you're
Yeah.
a nerd." I was like, "Fuck yeah, I
You're
am."
fucking right. Hell yeah. You got
Yeah.
You wish, don't you wish? Don't you wish you were?
I'd find
If you're
geeks
insulting
more-
me for my intelligence? Yeah, like,
Like,
if
how
anyone
could you?
shames you for that, come on now. Like, come on.
I think that's funny.
nerd. Okay, Matty, do you have a word that you'd throw up there?
Yeah, I was gonna say geek because I think it falls in the same term. It's like someone who's a geek. Like I feel like that's typically in line with people who have intelligence.
Best Buy, change Geek Squad, change it.
Yeah, like that's a great example. It's like
Yeah, how come Best Buy hasn't been canceled yet? Fuck,
Like,
we
why
might
is
cancel them. Don't do it. I like Best Buy.
No,
Don't do it.
if we cancel
I like
Best
Best Buy, don't do
it's
it,
'cause-
don't do it.
It's because it's not really
Um,
the best buy you can get. There's better.
That's fair.
like, and I think a good way to or a good interpretation of this too is like there was a show and also a Childish Gambino album called Freaks and Geeks, which I think
so good. Such a good show.
puts it's like you're putting geeks together with freaks, but people don't want to be a freak. But people then, by that definition, also wouldn't want to be a geek.
No.
And I don't mean freak like freak in the sheets, because everyone wants a freak in the sheets.
I don't think that's what
maybe.
I don't think that's what the show meant. I think the show meant because the younger brother and his group of friends were the geeks, and then the older sister being with like the pothead smoking stuff. They're the freaks. So it's the freaks and the geeks, not necessarily the same group, but it's describing
okay,
both
well that's
groups
good.
of-
I sorry, I'd never seen the show, so I do appreciate that.
I've never seen a single
Yo,
episode.
oh my
Yeah.
god! Anyone who's not seen Freaks and Geeks, unfortunately the show is canceled, so it never finishes. But you need to watch it. It's actually so good. It's so good. You need to watch it.
Well, there's a movie. God, why did I open my mouth when I can't even finish what I'm talking about?
Yo, just for everyone's reference,
that.
Lucas used to find. I just froze.
Your image
sorry.
froze. Keep talking.
Yeah. So there was a time when Lucas would try to find videos for us that he'd found on Facebook or something. Legit, this guy would look for like 15 minutes and couldn't find it. This guy would legit take 4 years.
Yo,
No joke.
I would
4
tell you-
years to find the video.
Yo, let me
So
tell you-
we'll
let me
probably
tell
never
you-
hear about the movie that he wanted.
Let me tell you something about dedication. Not everything, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like, and neither were your
Shut the
bodies.
fuck-
So make
shut
sure.
the
Neither
fuck
was me
up.
finding a reference. That wasn't
Shut
done in a
the
day.
fuck up.
I just tried to compare himself finding a YouTube video to be building Rome.
Yo, someone make
offensive.
note of this. This is what episode. This is episode 18. Lucas was gonna make a comment. Keep an eye on when he brings it up. Keep an eye on when he brings it up. I'm gonna make a bet right now. It's episode 72. He finds out what it is.
Nah,
Yeah.
man. Nah, 75
So-
at max.
So since we're talking about this, we can get chat.
Oh,
so Carl said,
I didn't get to put a word
No.
up there.
I want to. Okay, fine. So,
Yo, I was gonna say mongoloid. Calling someone a mongoloid.
Fuck off.
who
That's
the
not-
fuck calls people mongoloids? I've
Yo,
never
in,
heard
in, in video game terminology, the games I play, people call people mongoloids all the time for not knowing mechanics in video games. Simple.
This is something I did want to touch on actually.
Mongoloid, Neanderthal, for example, those two words kind of side by side.
Neanderthal.
Yo, okay, so here's the thing: fuck, we might have to do a volume 3 of offensive.
No, we
words.
can't. We can't stretch out.
It doesn't have to be next week.
It's
But I'm
true,
just
it's
saying,
true.
in the future, we're gonna have to do a volume 3. So I'm gonna say.
He's gonna say it.
One day.
You want me to say it? You want me to say it?
Say.
You froze. Sorry.
Okay.
We're covering you while you froze. You're good.
Okay. Sorry. What I was going to say. Okay. I love to insult people's intelligence. Period. But one of the
Dipshit.
words I like to do that is I call people an ape. You're a fucking ape, meaning you're, not as sophisticated as human beings. Every time I use that on a black person, though, everyone thinks it's racist. I'm like, dude, I'm not attacking your skin color. I'm attacking your brain. And the fact that you didn't even realize that means I was damn right at it.
Yeah,
You're
that's a fair
fucking
point.
ape, right?
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Like whenever, like if I'm debating with a black person, or something, they say something stupid, I'm like, yeah, you fucking ape, and they're like, oh, what? I'm like, no, it's because you're dumb.
It also didn't help that you just like made like ape-like movements and sound. That was fucked up,
No,
bro.
that was your interpretation of it. You're fucked, bro.
Yo,
That was your interpretation
Yo,
of
may I
it.
just say,
You're fucked.
you know how we're
Fancy.
talking about references that I talk about and I find in episode 73? I remember. Oh, I forgot. No! How? I just had
really
it. Oh, Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused. It wasn't Freaks and Geeks. It wasn't Freaks or Geeks. Dazed and Confused. I don't know why I thought Freaks and Geeks, but anyway, it was Dazed and Confused. It was the movie I was thinking of. Such a great
So
movie.
you brought up Dazed and Confused.
Did
It
you-
has nothing
did you-
to do with what we're talking about.
Did you stop us just to tell us that?
Yeah, because it's gonna bother
You
me.
stopped us just to
It's
tell
gonna,
us
it's gonna
that.
bother me till
You
episode
went to
72.
the point
Till
you
episode
made
72.
had nothing to do with the points we made.
No, nothing.
It had everything with the points.
Thank you.
Because dazed and confused, you can be like, yo, if you call someone dazed and confused, you might as well call them.
If someone could get me a timestamp on how long it took him to figure that useless
He was
point
googling
out.
while we were talking.
Yo.
Because what were we just talking about?
10 minutes.
Oh my god, yo,
Last
because we're talking about
year.
because Lee was talking about ape and how it can be affiliated with racism. So shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Matty Aquino, Walter, Francesca Aquino. Like,
That's because we were talking about Neanderthals. You were talking about calling people Neanderthals.
Okay,
so-
wait,
but then
wait.
you
So let's
brought
go
up
back
to
to
ape.
let's go back to Mongoloid.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to Mongoloid. Is when Mongoloid is used, what is that used typically to describe? So Karl Marx chat says, is that used to describe someone that's from Mongolia?
No, it's ironically not. It's
Oh, because they're Mongolian.
So the
Is it like a robot from Mongolia?
Mongoloid?
Dude, no.
Played by
What's the
Arnie?
actual definition? What's the,
Played
I don't
by-
know. What's the
played by
actual definition?
Arnie? No. So typically in the context that I hear it from is like when someone's like, "Yo, you're a freaking Mongoloid." It's basically someone who isn't able to do what we'd consider simple tasks and mechanics.
Bro, it's a fucking Mongolian Terminator.
Hello, I'm the Mongoloid.
Dude,
I know, but Larry still plays that character, even though he's not from Mongolian.
Yeah, I
He
hope
just does anyways.
Arnie has to play every robot for the rest of his lifetime. Every time there's a robot role, if it's not him, I don't watch the movie.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. Man.
I'm surprised it's not a
you
Yu-Gi-Oh
didn't-
card.
you didn't tell us what Mongoloid means. You just told.
Shut
Give
your
us
mouth. Shut your
Give
mouth.
us the fucking definition.
Okay,
goddammit.
all right, you want the official definition or what I've heard the context of?
No, I don't care about your context. I want the
Yeah,
definition.
your truth is not our truth.
But it's my truth, bro. Okay, ready?
I'm not a bro, dude.
Mongol. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Mongoloid. A Terminator from Mongolia, from East Asia, specifically. No, I'm just kidding. Relating to the broad division of humankind, including the indigenous people of East Asia, Southeast Asia, and the Arctic region of North America. I actually didn't know that. Wow. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's
the
so what, because
definition.
they're saying that they're indigenous, that
they are.
I don't know. I don't think indigenous being racist. I think they just mean primitive beings. If I'm not mistaken.
primitive.
No, that's Neanderthal. Neanderthal would be.
Yeah, is this not like a? I don't want to say synonym, but like
No, apparently it's very different because when you do Neanderthal, it's extinct species of subspecies of archaic humans who have lived in
know, I
Eurasia.
So are there people who would identify as Mongoloid present day, or is this now the same waters that we're talking about of Oriental, where it's like Mongoloid, refers to people from specific areas? Is this the same kind of concept?
Mongoloid is in the family of not. Yes,
Carl
by
said so.
definition.
Yeah, Mongolians, are they not technically Mongoloids if they're from the area?
No,
No, true.
the Mongolians,
Northern
unless
Asia?
they're cyborg. Mongoloids.
Yeah, were they built from the mother box? Like how they cyborgs?
This guy's bringing up some Zack Schneider stuff right here.
Schneiders.
like the wieners.
Schneider's hot dogs, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Boom.
So, what about loser? Do you think loser's offensive?
You're a
No.
loser.
Carl said losers timelessly.
Loser's a
timelessly.
fact. For someone to win, someone's got to lose. You're a loser, and if you take offense to losing, then you shouldn't have tried in the first place.
See,
Like,
and I've heard different
Good
contexts.
point.
I've heard loser, like where people will be like, this person is a genuine loser, aka no friends, no ambition, etc. Like where people categorize.
Why does that
loser-
make you a loser, though?
I guess a loser would. Well, I don't know. That's the thing, right? But that's the context I've heard it in.
Carl said your mother's box. That's rude, man.
Speaking of which, we literally have shirts about your mom and merch about your mom. You don't
Yeah,
bring
how dare
ours
you?
into this.
How dare you? Don't you dare.
Yo, if Carl makes his own
Here, I'll be
merch
clear.
store,
I have to piss so bad. Hold up.
no,
Again?
Are you serious?
Yeah, again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yo, just so you guys know, like to prevent
I have a
these
bladder of,
measures.
like, an 8-year-old.
Okay, Matty, shut up. You're already gone. But like to prevent
Yeah.
these measures, we have specifically targeted each of us three and been like, "Yo, did you pee? Yo, did you pee?"
We do. Yeah.
And by that, I mean Lee checks with Matty and I, because Lee never has this issue. It's been Matty and
No,
I.
never.
I've had this issue once, and ever since then, I've been scarred for life. I've been a loser since.
No, but on a serious note, we're gonna start a GoFundMe, and I mean it. Every dollar counts. We're gonna start a GoFundMe to get diapers for Matt, so that we don't have to do this shit in the podcast. He can just piss or shit his pants.
We're gonna label it undies for Walter. That will be the GoFundMe. We're really hoping that Walter Francesca Aquino can really get some new new coverage. Unfortunately, him being MIA, which is also missing in action, which is also misses in action, which is also misses in acting. He's gone.
Do you want to jump into a hypothetical, you and I? That comes up?
Thank God. Yes. While he's out here.
Do you have one, or do you want? I've got one.
Hey, go for it. Go for it, man.
Okay, we've talked about this briefly before.
Oh,
fuck!
Let me remove him from call. Let me turn my mouse right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I just...
No worries, man.
driving.
Yo, just join back in 15, okay? I'm gonna kick you right now. More, remove, done. No, I'm just kidding.
We're gonna jump to a hypothetical, Matt.
Yeah.
Now I know we've briefly discussed this before, but we'll go into it.
Shot? It's hypothetical.
Okay. Shot for a hypothetical. Now, the three of us have discussed this before briefly. Let's dig into it a little more. Because I'm very curious to see what chat has to say about this. So let's say you could go back in time.
Wow!
I
got excited for time travel. Okay,
so you can go back in time to before you and your current partner ever started seeing each other. And before you started officially seeing each other, you could go back in time and meet them. And let's say you hook up with them prior to when you had started your relationship. And then you go back to the present time. Did you...
You return.
Sorry, yes. You return to the present time. Did you cheat on your partner or not? So again, let me just reiterate in case I confuse people. You go back in time before you and your current partner were dating, and you hook up with them. And then you return to the present. Did you cheat on your present day partner or not?
So this is going to depend on how philosophical you get about this, because the real question is that person they were however long ago? How far back is it? Or it's an undetermined
that depends on how long your relationship is, right?
So technically, I was single when we go back in time. Like, am I single during that time?
No, you're... Oh.
Let's assume yes.
Okay. I'm still unsure. Let me think about it. Now go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, again, this ties back to, do you believe that person then was the same person that they are now? And again, this might vary because to like Luke's point and my point now too, and my take, so that because it's relatively new relationship, it's not like I'm going back 5 or 10 years that this person has changed drastically from who they are now.
We're going back like 2 weeks.
Well, okay, so to that point, I see what you're saying. And are they the same person they were now? And you're saying they wouldn't necessarily.
You're basically going back and having, you're having sex with this person who doesn't know that you're the person they're with in the future, but you do.
Let's be honest.
So that's one way to look at it. But sorry, Lucas.
No,
so you're saying they're the same person they are now. Me personally, I'm not so concerned about their character development in the years from before I met them or the years that I did meet them. But when you return to the present day, your partner now does not have the memories of, let's say it's an alternate timeline. So it didn't change the timeline you're in now. So they don't have the memories of the interaction you had with them in the past. So you now
was it real?
Right. So you return to the present and you have the memories and experience of hooking up with them before you start dating, but they don't. So there's a part of the relationship that doesn't exist for them that exists for you.
So essentially,
that's my truth. That's my truth.
Let me. I guess I'll give you my perspective. If my current partner had slept with me
before we dated,
shut up. If my current partner had slept with me 5 years ago, she had been doing me a charity case because I was a lost cause then, and I was ugly as fuck, and I was fat as fuck, and my penis was basically inverted.
What's the difference now? What's the difference?
I lost like 100 pounds, so it's very.
You're still a lost cause.
No, yeah. but my penis size was at least like 2 inch difference. It went from 0 to
it got
2
smaller.
Inches.
It got smaller.
No, now it's 2 inches, bro. Like, stop. And like, so now you know.
Carl says he asked the old lady and she says cheating. If you could ask her to elaborate, that'd be great, Carl. I'm interested in her thought. See, here's
How
what
about
I
this?
think.
This is what we. Sorry,
Yeah.
before you go into that, you
Yeah,
should all ask partners.
Yeah.
And maybe start next week and just shoot the shit with what their thoughts were on it.
Sure, that's interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
Fascinating.
That's like my best idea all year. That's the only one you're gonna get from me.
Your whole life.
Better than any of your jokes of the week for sure.
No, here's what I think. I think it is cheating because I think you're cheating the relationship because like I said, you return to the present with an experience that your partner doesn't have. So I think you cheated the relationship, but I think since there's no level of threats because it was them in the past, it's cheating that no one cares about. So it is still cheating, but they're willing to forgive it because they're like, oh well, it's me. It's not like you're gonna leave me for me because I'm already fucking me.
Did they say it's a me?
It's a me, Mario.
Oh, that's racist. You're doing an Italian accent, but
or is it accurate because it was accurate?
But I feel like that's
he was Italian.
That's the same thing of saying like if I were to sleep with,
or is he Japanese?
With my current partner, let's say, hypothetically, if I slept with her and she was drunk or intoxicated and she was impaired, I can basically say, well, I mean, you may not, you and I both don't fully remember it, but I'm sure it happened. I could be like, well, technically, I cheated at that case.
Whoa! So you just compared being too drunk to remember
to time
the same kind of concept. Wow, that's a good point.
That's neat.
Because if we were to both say like, oh, our consciousness was different then, your consciousness was different back then, like I could almost tie the two. In my opinion, I don't know if this is correct or not. I could basically say like, well, am I now cheating on you because I had sex with you when you were completely plastered and I was plastered as well? Now are you cheating on me as well? Why are you cheating on me? Am I not good enough?
No, here. See, we go down a dark rabbit hole with that
that's
one.
very rapey if we talk about
that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know, sorry, that's not funny, but it's interesting that like the term like rape, like in like especially the gaming community, used to be used so frequently
all the time.
Now it's much like I don't hear that.
I feel like
I'm glad.
I was gonna say rape is very serious. I think no matter what we talk about here, if like non-consensual anything is wrong. But to put it, but then people use it off context, being like, "Oh, you raped me in this and that," and it's like, well, that like rape specifically has to mean with non-consensual sex, right? Like people are now taking it in different tones.
It's much, yeah. It's just interesting that.
Again, I feel like that's a loaded topic, and I would love to dig into it. Maybe that's in volume 3.
I'll write that down for us.
Because, and sorry, just to clarify before people start shitting their pants before we get into volume 3, I agree that rape is one of those words that maybe I am very happy that we did pull back.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
I'm very happy that we did because I think it is a very serious word, and I think it's a very serious situation and a very serious crime that we should take seriously, and we shouldn't downplay it.
Yeah,
and we shouldn't.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm glad. I agree. I'm glad it's kind of we phased away from that. It's one. It's one of the terms that I think. I'm glad, to your point, I'm glad that it has made its way out of communities like that. Like where people just like, yo, I fucking raped you, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad too. That we've, made a good step forward as a society and shit in that regard.
Yeah, you can tell, like, Matty got really nervous because his screen started shaking because he started shaking his leg. But for good reason. So
we're nearing the end.
Hypothetical. Did we finish off? Did we decide, or are we still gonna wait till next episode to really?
I say we wait till next episode so we can hear what our partners say.
We give our thoughts
based off of our thoughts. I say, okay, I'll go first. I think it is cheating, but it's cheating that no one cares about. It's cheating that they're willing to forgive. That's my answer.
What's crazy? I think there's a lot of cheating that unfortunately people are willing to forgive.
Fuck, that's deep and sad.
All, yeah, I was gonna say that's also very dark in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I want to put myself in the other person's shoes. Like if someone was in the shoes of, hey, like I'm dating you now, just so you know, I went back in time and smashed younger you, I'd be like, oh, thank God, because someone had to. You know what I mean? Like joking aside, like I personally would not consider that cheating if it was done to me like that, but I would definitely be kind of on the okay, like how'd that go down? Like, I'd have questions if I had no.
Like, what moves
consciousness
did
of
you
it.
pull? How did you catch a
Like,
fish?
how did I do?
Well, the reason I would say it is cheating is because at that point we don't have the relationship we have now. We haven't built those.
You're breaking the trust of
memories
now, not necessarily.
And not only that is you're also taking everything that we've built now and going to the past with a person who doesn't have that built yet. So the old me doesn't have the love that I have for you now and the trust and everything that comes with it. And you're taking all that as assumed qualities. And I get that maybe you still love me in that situation, but you're saying, I'm going to basically play off of the save file that I made with this guy. That doesn't exist yet.
How do you know that's not how your present relationship actually? That's the actual
started.
Why? Yeah.
Woo! Shit.
That's okay. I think to finish off,
that's good. That's great. That's fantastic.
Honestly, I think my opinion would be similar to yours. I would consider cheating. I'd find it very weird. Bless you. Stop.
Thank you. Man. Sorry. Excuse me.
Stop. I would consider cheating. I think for the same reasons that you're saying is that you're kind of taking advantage of the fact of what you know now to kind of go against what you have now. Like it's very, I don't know. I don't like it. Like it just feels like just the thought of it is very strange to be like, hey, like with the knowledge I know now, I'm gonna go take advantage of something from the past. Just sounds like just saying that out loud kind of just sounds.
But that's like if you came back from the future and you had the winning lottery numbers.
You're taking advantage of something.
Do you feel as guilty about that?
That's different, though. I think that's different.
That's different. You're still benefiting yourself in some way.
But I'm not disadvantaging someone else. Like, I'm not taking advantage of
You're disadvantaging who could have won that naturally.
Yeah, screw them.
See, what you made me think there, Lucas, though, what you made me think of something. So if they went back in time, I think what we need to establish is how long they went back in time for. I know we're kind of bleeding into overtime here, but real quick. Let's assume they went back for a week. Let's just say that. They went back for a week. My first point would be you couldn't go a week without sex. Like, why did you have to sleep with back then? So it's
you got a fresh haircut. That's why.
That's true.
You look better then than you did now.
That's a fact, though. I did.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general.
I did.
You never look good, so chill the fuck out, please.
I didn't say I look good. I said I look better.
No, you never.
I got worse, is what I'm saying. No, my point is, so it's either why couldn't you go a week without sex, or maybe you were trying to, and maybe the past me hit some kind of nerves that you were actually attracted to, and you actually, fell for that guy and said, fuck, like, I want to sleep with this guy. Like, he hit all the right notes. Like, damn, I'm very attracted to this guy. And that's where it becomes very much cheating, in my opinion, because this guy wooed you over.
Even though it's still you.
It's still me, but it ain't the me I am. And it's me from a different time. So it is absolutely a different guy who.
So would it be cheating though if they came back and said, "Listen, I did this because you did this that I liked. Can we do this more often?"
Yeah, it's still it's still cheating. She's just open with it because you could say that same situation about someone else. You could be like, "Oh, this guy did something I liked, so I cheated. Can we do it more often?" But fuck you. What the fuck? Like, no. Although I guess they feel safer cheating because it is you, so they're more willing to do it. Fuck, this one's tricky.
At least you had a fart sound effect at the end of it too.
Yeah, that's important. That's lighten the load.
So I guess we'll do that as our beginning
Shoot
of
the
next
shit.
week. Yeah.
STS for next week.
Shoot the shit. Guys, thanks for showing up on a Sunday.
Just beforehand, are we going to do next Sunday with it being a long weekend? Like, if I assume people might be away, do we just hold off and do a show?
I think we can do it. Yeah, for those of you who like to view live, if you feel like you're too busy, like we'll have it posted live.
I say we do it anyways.
Yeah,
I say we do it anyways.
We do it anyways. If you guys can't come, we'll have it posted on YouTube and Twitch, so you guys can still.
We won't be on Twitch though. I might be at the cottage. So I cannot record them.
Does that mean that you won't be available for it either?
No, I can do it, but it's just it won't be live on Twitch. So all y'all on Twitch, zoom over to the YouTube and watch it on the YouTube, and we'll do it there.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Everyone, have a good night. Thank you for coming out.
Yo,
thanks for starting your week off with a bang.
That's right, guys. Get some good rest. Drink a lot of water, and let's start this week with a bang. Crush it. Monday. Kill it.
Crush it, bring it.
Yo,
babe,
is
makes
this
you-
guy an inspirational speaker all of a sudden?
Nope.
Where's this Leon Friday nights? Maybe I want to start my weekend like
I was
that.
burnt. I was burnt on Fridays. Yo, but Monday? Yo, let's kill it.
All right.
Monday
So
Madness.
thank
Let's
you
do it, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. See you guys
Take
next
care,
week.
everyone.